Welcome to KC Women's Ministry Afternoon Tea. I'm Brittany.
I'm Madison.
I am a certified birth and bereavement doula, certified through Stillbirth Day, and I am a certified birth photographer as well.
I am also a certified birth and bereavement doula through Stillbirth Day. I'm also a trained postpartum doula, and I am the director of doula operations for kcwm.
All right. Well, we are here today to continue our breastfeeding discussions, or just feeding discussions, really. You know, we're not talking just breastfeeding, we're talking feeding in general. Today, we're going to talk about bottle care. How do you care for your bottles? How do you clean them? How do you heat them? How do you do the things? How do you store them?
Do the things.
Yeah, do the things. How do you sanitize? Do the things. How do you open it?
Can't do it.
Woohoo, you did it. All right, so let's just jump right on in. Madison, what kind of bottle is that? Because that's not your typical Medela bottle.
No, so this one is a Comotomo. It's got a nice big wide base nipple. These are one of my personal opinion, one of my favorites for breastfeeding babies, because of the shape of the nipple. There's also a different in the texture between, I don't know if you can see with the glare from the window, but there's a different in the texture on the outer part of the nipple versus the inner part of the nipple. This is softer here versus here. And then this is all, the bottle piece is squishy and it's all silicone. So it is very good for breastfeeding babies, but this is not a bottle ad. So I won't talk about too much how much I love it, but this is a soft, wide base bottle.
Ultimately, what she's saying is there are a ton of different bottle types. Munchkin, Medela, let's see.
Dr. Brown's.
Well, I was trying to list the ones that have that wide base.
Well, Dr. Brown has wide base nipples.
They do? Okay. Dr. Brown also has
well.
the one that's good for colic and acid reflux, which most of the brands do. You can find a lot of them just at Hy-Vee, Walmart, Target. Target has several different brands that are really good. But you have lots of different bottle options out there. So if you are a breastfeeding parent, try and find one that is more geared toward the breast and a breastfeeding friendly style. It's not going to be super detrimental should you get just a standard Medela bottle. That is what I used for my kids, and they have turned out just fine, and they breastfeed just fine. My youngest is 2 and he's still breastfeeding. So,
yes,
you know, nothing wrong with getting a standard, regular, everyday bottle that might come with your breast pump.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah. So if you do find your child is showing a preference, try and get that bottle. But, you know, a lot of them don't really care. They just want their food. So
yes, a lot of times it's more the speed of the flow, whether it be the nipple or how you're pouring.
Or how you have dog hair on top of it.
Dog hair. Don't worry, I don't use these with real babies. They're fake. Well, they're real bottles, but those babies are fake. This is for demonstration only, and yes, there was dog hair on it, which is a good reason why we're going over bottle care today. We talk about how we clean them.
Yes.
Because I just put my fingers all over this nipple. I am not putting this in a baby's mouth. So what do I need to do to clean it before I can use it?
Well, let's jump right on in. Bottles come apart in all kinds of ways. So that nipple there will come off of the green round piece. And when you wash it, you want to totally take the nipple off every time. That way, if there happens to be any milk in that ring in there, in those crevices, you can get all of that out so that you don't potentially have bacteria growing and cause issues. You know, yes. You don't want that. Yes. You don't want issues.
And even if there's not milk in here, actually washing it with the nipple in can get water in here. So if we're not taking it all the way apart, we can actually be making it more dirty by
And more
washing it, because the water can get stuck and stay wet and not dried properly. You also want to make sure that all the pieces dry completely before putting it back together.
Yes, good point, because I know that's something I struggle with. Like,
Same.
it's washed, I'm ready to put it away. Come on now.
Yes, exactly. Same.
Yes, and that's going to be the same with even a water bottle or a sippy cup. Take it completely apart. If your sippy cup has a straw piece, get a straw cleaner and clean that out. Most sippy cups, if they have a straw piece, they come with a very small little brush that you can clean out the straw piece or the sippy cup top, and use that on whatever you need to use. So you're going to take your soapy sponge, you're going to wash inside the bottle, you're going to wash outside the bottle, you're going to wash all of the nipple piece on the inside, all the nipple piece on the outside, the piece that holds the nipple on the bottle. Yep, that part. And any piece inside the bottle that comes apart. Dr. Brown's has like 2 or 3 inner pieces that you have to take apart as well, because it's trying to get the air out as baby's drinking. So take all of it apart, set it all on the bottle drying rack, and let it sit there until it's dry. Even if you were to take a towel to dry it, it's still not going to be properly dried enough to put it back together and put it away. So just set it on the bottle rack and let it dry. It's easy peasy, right?
Yes.
Yes. Why are you doing a video on how to wash my bottles? Well,
that's a very good question, Brittany.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about sanitizing those very same bottles. Can I sanitize it in the dishwasher?
No. Most of the time, no. There are some bottles that are dishwasher safe, but I would venture a guess that like 98% of them are not.
Some of them will say they're dishwasher safe, but even if you were to put it in the dishwasher, depending on how the ounce information is on the bottle,
yeah,
it all gets washed away, and then you don't know where 1 ounce or 5 ounces is. Trust me, my Medela bottles have done it, and I don't
know.
I don't know. I can use a Sharpie, but even that will wash off after so many washes just in the sink. So you have to remark it. But the dishwasher can be too hot for certain plastics, and it can change the shape of the bottle so that it's not properly holding together. So kind of think of it as your standard water bottle. I can't put this in the dishwasher, so I'm not going to put my infant milk bottle in the dishwasher either. You know, you don't want to put a bunch of plastics that are not dishwasher safe in the dishwasher.
Right. Also, some of the plastics, if they they'll actually say, like this one says the max heat resistance. So like this bottle specifically doesn't say that you can't put it in the dishwasher. I know that it's not dishwasher safe, but it does say the max heat resistance on here on both the lid and the bottle itself. And they're actually 2 different temperatures. So the bottle can go up to 356. It's very specific. It can go up to 356 degrees Fahrenheit, and the lid can go to 248 degrees Fahrenheit.
Which I don't know how hot my dishwasher gets.
I don't either.
I have no idea. I know that I can monitor how hot my boiling water is. I can put a thermometer in that and make sure it doesn't get that hot.
Right.
To sanitize, most people stick it on the stove in boiling water, or they have these bags that you can put your bottles in and all your bottle gear with like a tablespoon of water. You just stick it in the bag, stick it in the microwave for however long the bag says to do it, and sanitize. There she goes. Microwave sterilizer bag is what that is called.
They're so great. I love these things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can reuse them 20 times.
Woo! That's quite a few times.
Yes, and
Um,
I think I got a pack of like 20 of them. So
ooh, that's definitely a year's worth, because you should be
yes,
sanitizing once a week. You don't have to sanitize daily. Once a week is enough. It's plenty, really. Now, if you don't use the bottle, you might want to sanitize it before you use it. Like if it's been in the cabinet for a while, you might want to do a quick wash and sanitize, just to make sure it doesn't have anything growing on it or that you can't see.
yeah, absolutely. And you can absolutely sterilize more often if you want to.
Yeah.
There's no harm in it. It just takes time.
Yep. Takes time and potentially resources, depending on what option you go with. They also have, say you're out and about, you've rinsed out your bottle, you've cleaned it as best you can, and you really want to sanitize it because you had formula in your bottle and you don't want that to create a smell inside the bottle, for because sometimes it does. It can. They have sanitizing wipes that you can use, that you just kind of put it in there, do a quick wipe through, and you're done. You just throw the wipe away, put your bottle in your safe bag or your wet bag or back in your diaper bag, wherever you need it to go, and you're ready to go. I found those sanitizing wipes great when I was pumping and I had my Heka pump, or I had just my regular pump, and I have a plug-in in my car, so it's pretty awesome. So I can just plug it in. But if you have one that's wireless, just any kind of mobile pump, and you're like, I really need to clean this, but I don't actually have water, you can use the sanitizing wipes to twice. So once to clean off all of the milk product, and then once to sanitize it. You might still want to wash it when you get home just to be safe, but you can use that as an option. I know I have had to in a pinch where I'm like, I need to express this milk. I'm dying. But, and then I don't want to put a milky bottle, like a milky pump gear, back in my bag, because
Right.
ew, and that's what
Ew.
I had. So yeah, ew.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome. I love it.
those are great.
Yeah.
They were great.
Yeah. They
Um,
also have bottle sterilizers. So they have machines um, that the ones I've seen are approximately about this tall. They sit on your counter. You fill them with water. You put all of the bottle pieces up in the top.
yes,
They
I've
run
seen
for
those.
about an hour or two. And they go through a sanitizing process, and then they also dry it as well.
Nice.
Yes, yes. So you do have that option, especially if you're someone that's wanting to sanitize more often.
Mhm.
I had a client who sanitized after every use due to their baby's health conditions. They wanted to make sure that the bottles were completely clean and devoid of bacteria after every single use, no matter what. And so they were sterilizing 3 to 4 times a day. And so they got one of those, and it saved them so much time and so much effort.
I
And
bet if you can do a
amazing.
batch at the end of the day, that's that's real big. It's kind of like a dishwasher, but for sanitizing bottles. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lifesaver. Saved her so much
Yeah,
time.
that would be. Well, I think that's about all I have for us
I think
today.
so too. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, look at us. It's a nice short video for you today, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you. I know. I know. But thank you guys for joining us today for Afternoon Tea with KC Women's Ministry. I'm Brittany.
I'm Madison.
And we will be back next week. So stay tuned. And again, anytime you guys have questions, if you need us in any way, shape, or form, just message us. You can message us on Facebook, or you can message us here in the comments. You can send us an email at contact@kcwomensministry.com, or not .com, I'm sorry, .org. No. Oops. kcwomensministry.org. And we will get back with you as soon as we can. So
Yeah,
all right.
definitely.
Have a great rest of your day.